Today I'm going to take you on another interesting and easy Peak District walk. Now today we're starting this trail at the Millersdale car park. Now this used to be a train station, pay and display car parking, plenty of it, especially in the middle of the week. But also you've got toilets, you've got a cafe, a few facilities there. Today we're going to follow it alongside the River Wye, keeping that to our right before we get to Monsal Head, where we're going to climb up and we're going to get on top of the viaduct. So we're going to see some interesting stuff on the way, hopefully see some mills, see some little waterfalls, and also obviously we've got the fantastic viaduct as well that we're going to see, which I'm really looking forward to. And then on the way back we're actually going to follow the Monsal Trail, which is the old railway line. It's now fully tarmacked, it's all flat, so you can easily navigate it. But we're going to walk through some old-fashioned tunnels as well whilst we do that journey, so that's also going to be pretty exciting, so looking forward to that. I think that today's route is probably about 7 miles, but mainly flat, mainly good terrain, so it shouldn't be too hard. To get to where I am today, you're going to leave Millersdale car park, you're going to turn right and go back on yourself underneath the bridge. At the end of the road, turn left and follow that road along, again going underneath another one of these amazing pieces of architecture. And then when you get to this point, go to the right and follow that along, keeping the angle as rest to your left, and just follow the main road going down, keeping the river to your right.
Never know, steady as she goes, what a life we're living. Only heaven knows it's the start of the beginning.
So here, got these huge cliff faces. But I think also over this way, the Monsal Trail runs along. And I'm sure in the past when I've come across the Monsal Trail on a bikepack, I'm sure I've seen people climbing up this cliff edge. And it looks pretty big from down here. Now I've spotted a little path, so I'm just going to kind of scramble up here, just off trail a second, just because I think there's a bit of a cave. So yeah, it looks like there's some people getting set up to go for a climb. Better them than me, if I'm honest. It's not my cup of tea just yet, anyway. And now we are entering Litton Mill. As long as you stick to the road and keep the river to the right, you will end up in Litton Mill. So I'm going to walk through here, and we're going to carry on along another trail, which will keep us going to Cressbrook Dale. I've seen all along this route lots of signs saying private, no fishing, etc, etc. I can show you now why. There is lots and lots of beautiful trout in this river. See them all swimming around here. When you do keep to this spot, go through the gates and down this way past what I believe is this used to be the old mill. Eventually you end up coming to this bridge. So you can see where the old mill used to be there, and the water's coming out this way. We're going to carry on now down the path. This time we're going to come up to Cressbrook Dale. Okay, so we've got this sign here, which means we're okay, just treat it with respect. This sign is what's concerning me. Footbridge at Cressbrook closed due to vandalism causing structural damage. Okay, so on that point, we're just going to have to see how it goes. And we're going to head down and see if it's diverted still. Of course, sometimes the signs like are a little bit out of date, but that one doesn't look like it's been there for a long time. So let's just keep going and see what happens. So here is some evidence of the old mills which used to be along here. Looks like it's kind of made of iron. It's like an iron mill there. But I imagine this area, the whole area would have been full of mills. There's lots of limestone around here as well. So yeah, I imagine in the days gone by, this used to be a really busy milling area. Just check out the number of tadpoles in this pond here. There's a sign here that says Cressbrook Mill when Riverside path flooded. I don't know whether risk it and carry on the path I am, and hopefully this is the plan anyway, and get to the bridge and it's fine, or am I going to have to go up that way? I think I'm going to risk it. Worst case scenario, I can turn back and come back on myself. Just depends on how far it says away, will depend on whether or not that was a good idea. I assume this is the area the river floods when it does flood, because it's very muddy. Very muddy, and my match just fell off and dropped in the mud. Okay, here goes. Says it's temporarily closed there, but it's pretty open. Feels safe. And we're across. So I don't know what all the fuss was about, but we're about to come to Cressbrook Dale now. Some fantastic buildings again. So our plan is to walk through Cressbrook Dale. We're going to get to the end here, we're going to turn right. We're going to keep going along just so the river stays on our right. So I'm going to have to kind of check that out when I get back home, see what's actually going on and what the plans are with the place. It doesn't sound good. So I know already that this hill behind me contains the Monsal Trail. Now obviously the train track didn't go over the top of the hill, it's gone through it. So we're going to have a fantastic tunnel that we're going to be able to walk down when we get there. So as long as you've walked down the road and kept the river to your right, you will come to this small little hamlet where you'll find a bridge. We're going to cross over the bridge for the first time. We're going to cross the river. We're going to keep the river to our left. Then not long after that, we're going to find this amazing viaduct, which is formed as part of the Monsal railway line. Just to point out, it's not this bridge. This is the road bridge. We want to take the footpath bridge, which is a little bit further along this way through the hamlet. But keep going along the road for a few hundred meters, and then you'll see the small footbridge on your right hand side. So yeah, don't turn off too soon. We're now just going to walk down this farm track. So you can see the bridge just here on the right hand side. Right now we're going to cross the bridge. So we've got some people fishing here. Now I'm pretty sure you can only fish here if A, you own the land, or B, you have the landowner's permission. But let's cross this bridge. Right, but now we're through, we've crossed the bridge, we're on the other side, and we've got the river to the left. Now there is a split in the road. I think we can take the right, path on the right to take straight up onto the Monsal Trail, but we want to go straight on. We're going to go under the viaduct before coming up the top that way. You can see here, just let me zoom right in. There we go. See a bunch of people there? Yeah, that's the famous view spot, if you want to do that. And here it is, we made it now under the viaduct. It is huge. And the view from up there is going to be amazing. Getting under the bridge, you're going to want to get through this little sty and you're out onto this huge part of the Dales, where there's a path here to the right, which I believe is what's going to take us back up on top of the Monsal Trail. I'm going to have a brew here, I'm going to sit here and going to enjoy it. Now, it's too hot now to be making coffee as I go, so I have made some cold brew coffee. I'll pop my recipe in the description below. I'm just hoping it stayed nice and cool enough whilst I've been out today. Oh wow. That is so good. You really want to try that recipe. It's really, really good. So we're going to take this route now, and we're going to head up, back up to the top of the Monsal Trail. So this should be the only part really where we're going uphill. So hopefully it's not too bad for anybody who's coming on the trail. But it looks like quite a steep climb, but it's not a long climb. There we go. Wasn't too bad. And bear in mind when we do get up here, we're going to go see the viaduct which is to our right, but actually we need to go left to get back to where we came from. And here it says, a view from the top of the viaduct.
Never know, steady as she goes, what a life we're living.
So we are now on top of the viaduct. You can see the view behind me. It's beautiful. That's literally down there is where I had the coffee, looking up at the viaduct. I'll take you over this side. And this is the way we kind of walk down and underneath the viaduct. Now we're going to make our way this way. This way here, you'll see there's a tunnel. Now we're not going to go down that tunnel because that's going to take us the wrong way. We need to keep on walking this way, and this will take us back to Millersdale, which is about 3 miles maybe. Again, this entire trail now, it's just going to be flat all the way back. I think there's a very, very, very slight incline, which I learned the hard way when I was on a bike ride once. But the majority of it's flat. It's gravelly, but smooth enough that if you wanted to come on push bikes or you wanted to come with a push chair, it's a great place you can bring the family and just have a nice stroll. And because it's a straight line, you're not going to get lost. So this route is super popular with people on push bikes, and that is because obviously the terrain, but you can also rent bikes out. So it's a couple of stations along here where you can go, you can rent a bike out for the day, do electric bikes as well, and you can come on a little family bike ride as well. Now obviously at weekends it's going to get busy, so if you plan on doing it at the weekend or in school holidays, maybe contact the cycle hire place and book in advance. That's what I would recommend doing anyway. So a little bit of history about this place. This was once a railway line. It's a railway line which kind of connected Manchester and Buxton to the Midlands London line, which was able to get you down into London. So it was a very popular kind of railway line. I'd also imagine, because there's a couple of limestone mills along here, that this was also used for industrial railway as well. Now they did close it when I was in around the 1960s, and then they ended up opening it up as a footpath. But it wasn't actually until kind of a lot later when they opened up the tunnels. So before you used to have to go around the tunnels, but now we've got these amazing tunnels which we can walk through. We'll also find little throwbacks like this area here. I'm not sure what this would have been. This would form part of the old railway. A bit muddy, so I'm not going to walk through that bit. So obviously we've just seen that building behind us, and now we're approaching what would have been one of the old stations. So you can see here's where the railway line ran, and this part of the old station area. So all those years ago, you'd have passengers queuing up on here, ready to jump on the train as it came past, either going to Buxton and Manchester or heading to London. So this is our first tunnel. This is Cressbrook Tunnel. It's that long, you can't actually see the other side. So let's go in and let's see how dark it actually gets, because that guy just come from that back and I didn't see him until he got here. Go and have a look. It's actually not too badly lit when you're inside. especially when you take sunglasses off. It does brighten up a bit strangely. But this is amazing. So this would have been the old railway coming straight through this hillside. And this has only been, I think, about 20 odd years. This has been open to the public to walk through, and a fantastic job. You can just imagine being on that train just hurtling through here. You can see how much it curves, because if you look behind me now, you can't see the entrance, you can't see where we came in, and that's because it's got quite a good curve on this tunnel, lads. No sooner as you're coming out the first tunnel, you can see just ahead of us, we've got the second tunnel. But now we're about to enter the next tunnel, which is Litton Tunnel. I think this is the only 2 tunnels we've got on this part of the journey. There's more tunnels further down as well, if you're going further down into Bakewell or whatever. This is the Litton Tunnel. And here we go, tunnel number 2 done. We're going to keep on going the way we are, and end up at Miller's Dale soon. This area is interesting, so rather than building a tunnel, they literally just blasted through the hillside to be able to get the train run straight through. That area is old limestone, which a lot of the Peak District is, and that's what's called the White Peak. But it is all old limestone, and this used to be below a very shallow sea around 330, 340 million years ago. But what's especially interesting about that place is that when you blasted it, they found evidence, which is in these rocks here, of a former lava flow. So there must have been some form of underwater volcano which had erupted and caused the lava flow inside all the limestone. So we're just coming into Miller's Dale now. I'm gonna have to end the video pretty much here because I'm about to run out of battery, which I didn't realise. But it's now about 1:30. I started this at 10 o'clock. Take out the fact that I've done, little stops for filming, little break here to have something to eat and something to drink. It's probably doable in under 3 hours. Quite easily under 3 hours, I would imagine. But we're just getting back to Miller's Dale now. If you have enjoyed the video, as said, please hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. If you want to check out other easy walks, check out this video up here. And if you want something a little bit more challenging, check out this video here instead. And until next time, enjoy your walks, and I'll see you then.